Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining me at God Leap of Faith. Um, right now, I feel like the energy is heavy with our counterparts missing us, with illusions being removed, and them realizing that they've made a mistake and trying to figure out how they're going to correct it because there's no communication with a lot of us with our counterparts. So I want to just dive in today with some twin flame conversations and secrets, and just kind of see, like what's going on. Let's just be nosy. What is going on with our twin flames? What's going on in their environment, in their relationships, in their mind, what are they thinking, how are they feeling, what they like to say to us, if they could come out of communication. Just tap in and just see what the energy is like for them. Okay, so we're gonna be nosy today. It's gonna be a short reading. This is just a what's going on with you, 20? All right, Divine, I do ask that you come in to my reading. You might and give me the messages as to what's going on with the energy with the twin flames and our counterparts, our highly spiritual counterparts, as well as Michael the Archangel protect me as I do this reading. Any spirits that do not belong, that are trying to be nosy or interfere with the reading, I ask that you keep them at bay. Anyone sending negative energy, I ask that it be returned 10 times fold. And with that being said, my ancestors, my archangels, my guardian angels come in and give us a little bit of tea. All right. What is it, Spirit? So in this, I'm going to be using the Mystic Beauties Twin Flame. Can you see that? Conversations and secrets. Let's tap into the energy. What is it, Spirit guides, that our twin flame is going through? How are they feeling? What's going on with them right now? Can you give us a magnifying glass look of what's going on in their environment? What is the tea? Oh, thank you. My deception to you was my fall from grace, my love. How could you still love me? This is something that they'll never understand because I feel like this person does not understand conditional love, unconditional love. They only understand conditional love. So they don't understand how, with them acting in their soft mode and giving their not best side to you, how did you with all their flaws? How could you love them? Because they know they didn't treat you right. They know they didn't put their best foot forward, or even, I feel like some of them didn't even court you. Okay? I've traveled the universe tripping over stars to find you. Yeah. And they're going to continue to triple stars. You know why? Because there is no other you. There is only you, the one. And no matter how many females or males that they hook up with, they'll never find anyone to replace you or even embody the things that you embody. And a card like that makes me feel like you were really dealing with a player from the Himalayas, because the fact that they're traveling, they're saying that they have traveled the universe. This is someone who was definitely out there dating around, and I feel like this could have led to you not being with them because they were acting like a player. So many things remind me of you. Yeah, they're reminiscing. They're reminiscing on what you had, the relationship that you had, the love that you gave. And I think that they got into these superficial relationships, and they can't mirror that. And now the cars, they go to work, and I think that they're actually probably trying to keep you up the mind and probably having dreams and everything else. Eye contact was when I knew you found me. I wasn't ready. I thought I had more time, so I ran. I do think that when they speak about the eye contact was when you met them, that was a fated event, that the divine put the two of you at the right place at the right time. And they may not have been ready, but it was time. It was the divine time. He brought you two together with that fated meeting because it was time for you guys to travel on together, be together, and do the work and serve the purpose that he has set for the both of you to do together as one. This person wasn't ready. Makes me feel like, in that, going back to they traveled the universe tripping over stars, I feel like this person actually prayed for you, and when the divine answered their prayers and you came, yeah, they weren't ready because they weren't ready to let go of the past. They weren't ready to do the work to change. They weren't ready to do what was necessary for them to be that equal partner in your life. They still wanted to continue to, dibble and dabble in things that were really unproductive for them. They didn't want to go. Oh my gosh, they cramped me so quickly. I know I tore you apart, but the way you put yourself back together is beautiful. They admire that about you. That makes me feel like they're watching you, because how do they know how you put yourself together unless they're looking at you, watching you, spying, stalking your social media, or asking, friends or family if you guys share them, about what's going on with the collective, how they're feeling, what's new, riding by your house, yeah. That's how they know how you put yourself together. And you have to put yourself together. You know why? Because you listen to your intuition. You follow what divine tells you to do, what your ancestors tell you to do, what your spirit guides tell you to do. Your silence is destroying me. Yeah, you're in no contact with this person. If you only knew how much, you mean to me. Well, I feel like if you don't know, it's because they didn't do their due diligence to make sure that you knew. They did the opposite. I'm sure that you've given them ample time to tell you. I know collectively you have asked, how do I feel? What do I mean to you? Where's the relationship going? Is this a relationship? What are we doing here? And they failed to answer those questions and probably ran from the questions and figured that she's getting too emotional. He's getting too emotional. I don't want this type of attachment. I'm going to let some days or weeks pass by. Then I'm going to ease in with a hello or good morning, as if they didn't ask that question. My silence is my way of coping. Coping with what? What are they coping with? Is the question. Coping with love? Like, why cope with you're dealing with love? Granted, you may have been hurt in the past and you have some fears, but grown women deal with those fears. Like, why would you want to run from love? So there was silence. Maybe they're coping with themselves because they know they messed up. Let's take it that way. But still, grow up. Come out of this coping season and say and do what you need to do. Pride and ego. Yes, their pride and ego kept them from you. I get this beautiful card. You see how they're not able to really come together? It's their pride and ego that they lived in that kept them from. It was a blockage between the two of you. And they need to let that go. What else, divine? What else? Thank you. Anxiety. This person is having anxiety over the way that they feel. They feel like you're moving on. They feel like you're going to give someone else that love that you want to share with them, because remember, they have been reminiscing about you. So I feel like they're afraid that, they're never going to have an opportunity to experience that with you again, that you're moving on. Stress is when the soul is screaming, but the flesh won't listen. Please don't mess this up for us. Yep, I think that this person ignored the intuitive calls when they were getting those little dreams, or just the feeling of knowing that, the two of you belong together, that you were twin flame soulmates, and they ignored the messages and the intuitive hits to build a relationship between you guys because they weren't ready. Like they said, they weren't ready. And they wanted to go out here, they wanted to hook up with other males and females who, put it where it goes for you in your situation. Their pride and ego got in the way, and they didn't want to build a relationship with you because they felt like, I guess, they were going to miss some greener grass somewhere. Well, I hope that grass is green. And they did exactly what the soul did not want them to do. Mess it up. Union. You guys were supposed to come into union, and now they want to come into union with you. But this is like a highly spiritual relationship, soulmate, or a twin flame. Possession. The devil did have possession over this person. This person was definitely living in their south node. They wanted to entertain unhealthy relationships. I feel like this person may have had, you know, urges and addictions that were of the devil, and the devil did possess them. The devil used them and possessed them. What else, Spirit? Is there anything else? What else? What else is going on in this counterpart's life? Thank you. Life support. That's interesting to come out at the devil position. They want to revive their heart. They're heartbroken. They want to revive this relationship with you. They want to connect the cord back between the two of you. This makes me feel like there was a cord cutting. Like maybe you, collective, did a cord cutting to this person. You took back your energy. You took back your love. You took back your power. And this person wants to mend it. They want to bring it back. They want to have that love with you. I hid who I was from you for so long. Yeah, this person wore a mask. They didn't want you to see through them. I feel like this person not only wore a mask with you, but they possibly wear a mask with everyone else that they're involved with in these official relationships as well. I think that they're living the life conformed to an image that someone else has set for them instead of being authentically themselves. When I hurt you, I hurt myself. Yes, you did. You did, because the souls, again, recognize. You know, we have here about the soul is something, but the flesh won't listen. The soul is screaming something, but the flesh won't listen. That's because the soul recognized you. And there was another one on here, eye contact. Eye contact when I knew you found me. I wasn't ready. Yeah, that's why they hurt themselves, because the soul recognized you. And when you look into each other's eyes, that's when the soul recognized you. And they knew at that point that you were their divine partner. They knew. But they also knew that they had to let go of their old way of thinking, their old way of living, their limiting beliefs to be with you. And they didn't want to do that. They had to come to you completely healed. And they weren't ready. I'm longing for a part of myself that I am running from. And that's the love. They are. You are. And they said part of themselves. You collective are a part of them, because you are the other half of them. You are their other half. The other half of their soul. And that's what they're longing for. And they know they're incomplete without you. What else, Spirit? Thank you. My soul cries for you. This person's hurting. Not only their soul cry, they're crying. You know, once the souls meet, you can't separate them. You know, once they recognize each other, you cannot. This person, you know, if you and this person don't come back into union, no matter what relationship they enter from this point on, their soul is going to yearn for you, and they're not going to completely be happy. My heart cried out for you. My soul wanted for you, but you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I think they're trying to reach out to you telepathically, and you've blocked them. Waiting game. They're waiting for opportunity to see you again. They're waiting for a chance to... They're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for the right time to come in and apologize, to communicate, to reach out to you. They feel like you may still be upset with them, disappointed in them about how they carried themselves, and they're just waiting for the right time so they can come in and try to heal this relationship. Maybe when they finish doing the work that they need to do. I feel like I'm chasing the wind. I am tired and I'm torn. Yeah, they're chasing. And whatever way the wind blows, they're blowing with it. They don't know. They don't know what to do. They're just as confused. They are torn. They're torn between two paths. The path that they're most comfortable in, which is the path that they don't realize that they've outgrown or they need to outgrow and move on. And they're torn between that and being... Oh, thank you. untrustworthy. This person was doing third party. See that? Third party involvement with people who are untrust that they couldn't trust. Again, devil possession. The devil possessed them, and the devil used these women to come in, or these men to come in and tempt them, and they fell for a temptation, and they realized that they were involved with people who they can't trust and not really worthy of their love, and they gave their love to the wrong person. You know, I feel like with you, you were so sweet and loving to them, and instead of them, you know, reflect, appreciating that, and giving that back to you, they gave you their ass to kiss. And they got involved and gave their love to people who weren't deserving. Look, distorted feminine. See, again. And this says mom at the top. So I feel like this person, the mom, they didn't receive the love and nurturing from their mother. And that was where they actually learned, you know, how to treat women based off the relationship, because they didn't have a good relationship with their mother. And because she didn't give them the correct foundation, they just never learned, and they probably got in and out of relationships. I just can't let you go. Yeah, they can't. Oh, some more. I can't stand the thoughts of you with anyone else. No, this is a jealous person. This is a very jealous person. Being emotionally unavailable is starting to drain me. They're getting tired. They're getting tired of their player ways. You know, I think they're dealing with some karma, and they're starting to get tired of living that player lifestyle. And now that the relationship with you is over, they want to come in. They want to settle and be the person who you needed them to be during the time that you were available to them. And now you're not, because now they betrayed you. You know, now there's been so much damage between you and them. They can't just come in and pick up where things left off. I'm reaping what I have sown. Again, karma. That's what I was just speaking about. Come through, spirits. Thank you for confirming what I was saying. My emotions are like an angry sea. These waves consume me. I'm drowning. Yeah, they are drowning in their emotions because they're hurt. But now they're, with this karma coming out there, reaping what I've sown, they are having to feel what you felt when they were doing these things to you. When you were reaching out and telling them and trying to tell them how you feel, and now they're in your position. You know? I don't know what to tell them. I mean, they're going to have to go through it. And I think in Dark Night of the Soul, they're just going to have to go through it. They're going to learn today. I think spirits are really dealing with them. Divine is really dealing with them, making them sit down and self-reflect. We're going to pull out other cards. The official, Missy B's official, unofficial messages. And see what's going on with here. How do you feel? How do you feel? Spirit guys, tell me what messages are in here. What does they like to say? You forced me to heal my wounds. Yeah, after dealing with you and them seeing what and losing you, I forced them to take a look at their lives. Realize, why did I let something good in my life slip away? Childhood trauma. Again, that goes back to, I feel like, this distorted feminine card that has mom on it. Like I said, I don't think the mom laid the right foundation or gave them what they needed. Abandonment. Oh, it came in reverse. So this person is now dealing with their abandonment issues. Abandonment could be from the mother, since we have the mom card. I hear from both parents, or, oh, thank you. They probably feel like you have abandoned them. Player for the Himalayas came in reverse. This person's tired of being a player. Like I said earlier, they're getting tired. I think they've dealt with hurt, trauma, toxicity from these dating around with all these people, and now they want to, I think, if you constantly, bottom of the deck. This player doesn't want to be a player anymore. This person does not want to be a player anymore. They're hurt. They're realizing what they've lost. These other women don't do it for them. I feel guilty. And they should. They've done wrong. Third party. Yeah. They put you in a third party relationship without you even knowing about it. Not even the opportunity to see if that's what you wanted. You wanted to compete. You know, they don't understand. Divine feminines don't compete. We do not compete. Your rejection would destroy me. That's why I feel like they haven't reached out to you yet. They want to come out of no contact with you, and you know, this is like goes back to this waiting game. They're waiting for the right opportunity to reach out to you, but they're afraid. They have fear. They feel like, you know, if they reach out to you, how are you, you know, depending upon what happened at the last conversation you had with them, are you going to reject them? You know, are you going to be angry? Are you going to meet them in your Queen of Swords? Um, I know I owe you an apology. Again, they do. They do. And they want to give it to you. They really do. They're just afraid. What else, spirits? What else? What else would they like to say? That's too many. Well, is it? It's just 3. I'll take them. I felt every tear you cried. Yes, and this goes to, and I do believe that they have, because this goes back to that card that we had about them being in a sea of emotions. My emotions are like so angry, like an angry sea that consumes them. I'm drowning. Yeah, I think they are drowning. They're drowning in their own tears because they feel what you felt when they hurt you, and it's hurting them. I communicate with you through music. Makes me feel like it's an earth sign. I think that they are communicating with you through music because you've probably blocked them from telepathically communicating with you in the 5D. And they feel that you've probably cut the cord, so they're trying to reach out to you in any way that they can. They just want you to think about them. They want you to reach out to them. The last time we were together, they're thinking about that, and I said that too, that they're probably thinking about the last time that they spent with you, and I believe it makes them smile. It brings a smile to their face. You know, I love you. I'm gonna leave this deck with this. I love you. Like that they do love you. They do. They love you, and that's why they're dealing with these emotions. They just didn't know how to show that love to you, and that was a problem. And that's where we leave it. One more thing we'll call in here. Get some loving messages calm down. See what we have here in the loving messages. Yeah, I love you. And collective, I think that you still love them. You know, you might realize that the relationship you have is not healthy. You've learned whatever lessons you need to learn from them. Self-indulgence. This person needs to take time to heal. They need to do their shadow work. Yeah, a healing heart. They're heartbroken. They were dealing with some toxicities and addictions. They've been in abusive relationships that they need to heal from. Talking. Interested, awaiting messages, text calls, emails. This person does want to talk to you. But I think they want you to reach out to them because they're afraid to reach out to you because they're afraid you're going to reject them. What else, Spirit? What else? Heartbroken. Yes, they're heartbroken. Deeply hurt and sad. Feeling lost, grieving, despair, breakup. This person's heartbroken because they loved you. And I don't think they ever really sat and paid attention to the damage that they were causing you. And it wasn't until you walked away that they're missing you and having to deal with you walking away that they realized really how much you meant to them. And now that they are heartbroken, and this person probably never loved before. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation, struck by love. This person might pop up on you. If you block them and they have no way to reach you by phone, they may just pop up on you. They are having faith. This was a divinely guided relationship, and they're feeling the love now that you're missing. Absence is making the heart grow fonder, and they're going to reach out to you. They may just pop up, so be ready, be cute, always. Ascending. This person is transforming, going through a transformation, and they are preparing for union. They're getting themselves together. They're trying to work on whatever addictions they have, whatever was blocking them from fully giving to you. They're trying to work on that, so that you guys can bring this relationship to a higher level, and bring it to a peaceful level because they love you. Okay. That's all I have for you today for their energy. And until we speak again, practice self-love. Get up every day. Pay it forward. And the divine loves you. Bye.